Hi, and welcome everyone to the second show, I Love Dubuque. We're very happy to have you with us today. I'm Kevin Lynch, and I'm here with my good friend Molly Grover. How you doing, Molly?
I'm doing great.
Good. We got a great show lined up today, don't we?
We do have a great show. Our theme for I Love Dubuque is Feed Your Winter Soul. Winter is a great time in the Dubuque area. We're excited to tell you about today's show. We're going to go to 180 Main. We're going to go to the Star Restaurant. We're going to do some cooking a little later with Cooking Something Up. We'll visit with Hy-Vee. But it's all about Feed Your Winter Soul. So stick with us today on I Love Dubuque.
First stop on I Love Dubuque today is here at Cafe Java, and Molly and I are enjoying a great cup of coffee and hot chocolate. And Molly, this is a great place to come any time of year, isn't it?
It is. It's one of my favorite places in downtown Dubuque. It's so convenient. It doesn't matter what time of the year, but especially in the wintertime with all their hot beverages. And Cafe Java has been so successful. They have the pastries, they have sandwiches, salads. They're known for their awesome brick oven pizzas, and they're expanding.
It's right. Earlier we were talking to the owner, Georgia Wagner, and she was telling us that they're opening a new location on the west end that should be open by the end of February. So it's coming right up here before too long.
That it is. That's great news for Dubuque because the continued investment creates jobs and creates just more amenities and services for the people that live and work in our community. So congratulations to Cafe Java. You'll want to come here and get your favorite hot beverage in the wintertime and feed your winter soul.
That's right. There are so many great places to eat in Dubuque, and we're just touching on a few of them today. So this is going to be fun. I think we're going to be eating all day long.
I think we're going to be eating all day long, and hopefully next month's show is taking off the weight or taking off the pounds for Feed Your Winter Soul, because I'm sure that we're going to have to let our belt straps out a little bit after today. So we're going to have a good time. Please come back and join us for more I Love Dubuque.
I love Dubuque!
I love Cafe Java, and I love Dubuque.
Molly and I had the good fortune to run across a couple of good friends here at 180 Main having a wonderful dinner. Roger and Kathleen Klosterman, thanks for joining us today, folks.
Yeah, thanks for stopping.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
They have elected to have a nice dinner at 180 Main, which is another one of Dubuque's fine eating establishments. And Molly, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you like to do here at 180 Main?
Absolutely. 180 Main is just another way in the wintertime to feed your winter soul. It's a beautiful restaurant right here in downtown Dubuque, and they have a full menu. Whether it's lunchtime or dinner time, you'll find patrons enjoying a wonderful meal. They have a wonderful chef in Kenny Van Milligan, which we'll meet in a little while, but their menu is very diverse, from sandwiches to quesadillas, appetizers. They have a full bar. At nighttime, they feature chef specials, which include filet mignon and fish dishes, and it has become a very popular place to come in downtown Dubuque and enjoy a meal, whether it be for lunch or for dinner.
That's right. Now, year-round, there are just a lot of places that people in Dubuque can go to enjoy a nice dinner or a quick snack or get some dessert type of food items. And I'm curious, Roger, why do you guys like to come down to 180 Main?
You know what? We're sitting here looking out the window. It's a winter day. There's a little bit of snow flurries falling. It's just a really, number one, nice but comfortable environment. Mm-hmm. Number two, the food's great. I mean, Kenny is a terrific chef. We've known him, Kathleen in particular, for a long, long time, and he does a great job.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know that you have somewhat of a nutrition background.
Yes,
Is
I
that
do.
correct? So you're probably pretty particular about where you go to eat, aren't you?
I am. Of course, quality is number one, but I like the places that have fresh vegetables. This past summer, we came in and one of the chefs brought me a big plate of fresh tomatoes out of his grandmother's garden, and it was just scrumptious. It was the feature of the day.
All right.
Very good. Just some of the wonderful features that you can enjoy by coming to 180 Main. Roger and Kathleen Klosterman, not only are they a lovely couple and dear friends, they also are a couple that work together here in Dubuque, and they run a business, Roger Klosterman CPA, and I thought that they could share with us, talk about working together here in Dubuque as a couple.
You want to go first?
Good.
Sure. We were just speaking a little earlier. Until you work with your spouse or within their business, you don't realize how much time and effort that is put into their business and what it really takes to run a business. As Raj is a CPA and working those long hours during the winter, I never realized what it took and the amount of time and energy that it takes to be a CPA in the tax season. And now that I work it, and the quality of customer service is important to me, and that is my goal as a partner in the firm, and to make sure things are taken care of.
I think Raj and Kathleen are a perfect example of one of the reasons that Dubuque is so special is the eclecticness of our workforce. Raj and Kathleen are a married couple that live here, that work here, that play here. There's other married couples that also work together in Dubuque. But whether you're a major employer or whether you're a small business owner, whether you're a Fortune 500 company, our workforce in Dubuque is dynamic, and there's many opportunities no matter where you're at in your continuum in your career. I was hoping that Raj and Kathleen can share with us why they love and what they love about working together as a couple in Dubuque and why they love Dubuque.
I would tell you that, I mean, we have had conversation over the years about, is this where we want to be forever and ever? You know, during work career, during retirement, you know, we have clients and friends who relocate after retirement. They are snowbirds and go away for 6 months out of the year. That's not what our goals are. We really like it here. The people here are as nice, as fun, as common as you will find anywhere in the country. And we've traveled a lot throughout the country. Every time we leave and we go to nice places, we come back and say, you know what, it's good to be home, and we have things to offer here, topography, social things, but especially relationships that I don't think you find anywhere else.
Is pan-seared halibut with winter vegetables and matchstick potatoes, which we deep fried for a little crispiness and texture. We have seared salmon on a bed of lentils with sun-dried tomato butter. Moving on, agliago pasta we call it here. It's kind of a spicy pasta mixture with a nice piece of grilled filet mignon on top. And finally, my favorite dish, the braised short ribs over a bed of polenta with candied carrots.
That looks fabulous. All of it does. Well, Kenny, you came back here to be a chef, and you're working here in Dubuque, and you've had a relationship with Dubuque. The show is I Love Dubuque, of course. Can you tell us about what you love about Dubuque?
What I love about Dubuque? I love the community. I love that no matter where you reach out your hand, someone is there to grasp onto it and help you out in any way they can, whether it be, you know, your car broke down and you know a guy who is a mechanic. He'll help you out. You know, if you can't afford it at the time, then there's someone there to give you a hand. So
Very good. Well, this is yet another fabulous way to feed your winter soul in Dubuque, and we invite you to continue to join us on I Love Dubuque.
today I'm going to show you how to make the halibut that you had
Oh, good.
for lunch today.
So I can make it at home?
Absolutely.
Very good.
If you turn behind you right there, there's a nice piece of halibut. Bring that whole plate over.
That's a beautiful piece of fish.
Beautiful piece
It
of
is.
fish. First thing we do is we season everything. Salt and
Okay.
pepper on everything.
You getting that, Kev?
All right.
Okay.
Nice and seasoned. Then always drop fish away from you. This is a hot oiled pan. That
Okay.
way, if you drop it toward you, the oil's going to splash up on you if you don't want that.
I hadn't thought about that.
All right. Then once that side's down, we season the other side
Okay.
and we pop it in the oven. That'll take about 8 minutes in the oven. All right. In this
Okay, what we
pan,
got?
we're going to start the vegetable side dish that we're going to do. So we got some hot oil in here. I'm
Okay.
going to take it over to my table here. We got a little asparagus and roast red pepper and onion mixture.
That's what you want to hear, isn't it?
That is what you want to hear, the sizzle. Okay, this is carrots, onions, and celery that have been ground up.
You take a note.
A little corn, some sauteed wild mushrooms,
Oh, beautiful.
and a little bit of diced up peppers. And
Now, is
gonna be our base.
this some sort of station, you know, a chef's prep station that you have
Yes,
prepared?
this is what we call mise en place,
Okay.
which in French means everything in its place.
Okay.
So when you get ready for a service, I don't have to look behind me. I know where everything is
Very
just by
good.
reaching my arm back. It should be there every
Sure.
time. So this is just about done. We're only
Now,
missing-
what's in here, Kenny?
This is asparagus, corn, wild mushrooms, onions, roast red peppers, and a little bit of carrots, onions, and celery.
So it's like a relish, maybe, that goes with the fish?
It's called a melange.
A merlot.
A melange, which means a bunch of everything. Yes.
I'm loving this.
The only thing we're missing is a little seasoning, and always season from up high.
Okay,
See how it
can I
gets
try that?
everything? Please do.
Okay, up high. Do I got the wrist thing down right?
Got it. Not too shabby. Ready, son?
How we doing on the fries there, Cap?
All right. So this is ready. So I'll put it off to the side on a lower heat,
Okay.
and we will check our fish out
How long do we leave the fries in, Kenny?
until they're floating and get a nice little brown color. Now, if we did everything right, this should have a beautiful brown
Crust on the bottom.
crust on the bottom.
All right. Woo!
So we did everything right, and that's ready
That's
to go.
beautiful.
Yeah.
You make it seem so simple, Kenny. Okay, presentation. Talk to us about
Presentation
presentation.
time. All right. So first we poured out our vegetable melange.
Uh-huh.
You always want to build. You always want to have height in a dish,
Okay.
color, contrast,
Layers.
layers. You want to always make the eye kind of wonder what's underneath or next to it or beside it.
You eat with your eyes first, is what they say,
Always,
correct? Do they
yes.
teach you that in culinary school?
You know it. Okay.
It does look absolutely beautiful. That's not hot at all, Kenny, is it?
Absolutely.
Probably calloused those fingers one or two times,
Maybe.
That is just an absolutely beautiful
And
dish. And you too can make this at home. The wonderful halibut here at 180 Main, cooked by our very own chef Kenny Van Milligan, and with the help, let's hear it for Kenny,
Sous
with the
Chef
help of
Kevin.
Kevin Lynch, and I was taking notes feverishly. Thank you very much,
Thanks,
Kenny.
Kenny.
That was a lot of fun.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well done.
Hi there. Welcome back to I Love Dubuque, Feed Your Winter Soul, and we're at one of my favorite shops right here in Dubuque, cooking something up, which is every home chef's must-stop shop. And we are here with owner Doris Gorius, and we are going to talk about this wonderful shop. We're going to cook something back in the kitchen here a little bit later, but I'm hoping that Doris can tell us about cooking something up, her wonderful shop right here in Dubuque.
Well, it's a gourmet kitchen store, and we have anything from your little gadgets to your pots and pans to a few items here that are some special features like olive oils and vinegars that are a lot of different flavors, and they're all gourmet oils and natural. We also have glassware, a lot of anything that you want for your kitchen, basically, like Molly said. So it's a lot of fun. We also have cooking classes. We have team building, which you can, your company can come in and you can cook and you can socialize and have a good time, but yet make it useful to really get to know your teammates. And we also have a wine selection, a really nice wine selection, which we do a wine tasting once a month. And we have all kinds of different things around the store that are fun.
Your shop is really unique here. You've got all kinds of stuff, which you mentioned just a minute ago. How did you come across this idea? Is this something that you saw somewhere else and brought to Dubuque, or?
Well, a little bit of, it was always something that I wanted to do. And I was in Minneapolis a couple years ago and had walked into a shop and I said, oh my gosh, this is home. This is what I want. And so I kind of took it from there and added a lot of different things like an expanded kitchen. They had a very small kitchen, and they didn't have wine, which I thought goes hand in hand. I mean, wine and food pairings are perfect. And with our local wineries around this area, that's really important. We do have some of the local wineries that come in and they're going to do food pairings with us, which is really fun because we'll take their wine and we'll cook with it, and then you also get to drink it. So what's better,
cooking food, very holistic approach here in Dubuque, from Winter's Farmers Market to Hy-Vee to the wonderful restaurants that we have. And not only do you have a situation where you can find hard to find items and all the utensils you could possibly need to be a successful chef in your own kitchen, you also have cooking classes. Can you tell us about those?
Yes, well, you brought in local farmers and the farmers market. We also work with them, and we have a CSA, 2 families, farms that drop off their produce from, I think it starts in May and goes all the way through October. So you can sign up for that here and pick it up. So we're the drop-off point. So we try to work very much locally, and that's what we use in our kitchen, our local products. We also have guest chefs. My daughter is the chef here, a full-time chef. But we also have area restaurants, chefs that come in from other areas that want to do it. They love getting out in front of people. I should say some of them. Some of them don't want to. They want to be back in the kitchen. But a lot of them don't get that chance to really work with the public. And so that gives them the opportunity to kind of show what they can do.
So really a common theme. We have all the amenities of a big city, but yet
Right.
we still have the small town feel. So one of the many reasons we all love Dubuque. So I think we're going to go back in the kitchen and do
Yeah.
some cooking.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
And we are here with Chef Steph, cooking something up, and actually your Doris's daughter. And we are going to be making something here today with you.
Yeah, I have a plated dessert that we're going to be making today. We have a baked apple with a twill cup and a cranberry sauce to go over top. It's something nice for the winter time, something nice and hearty, you know, kind of warm you up. So.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
That's what we need warming up. So, okay, take it away. Show us what we need to do.
Okay, well, if somebody wants to go ahead and stir our sauce and get that ready to pour over.
Okay, you handle that, number one chef. Now, is this something we can make at home?
It is something that you can make at home. It's pretty easy. We do teach them in our classes as well.
Okay.
So yeah, it's something that's really fun to do, and we always have recipes for people to take home during the classes.
So amateurs like Kevin and I can handle this?
Definitely.
Okay, very good.
Okay, so what we do is we just take the apple. So if you want to take an apple, and we're going to place it right in the center.
Okay.
There's a little bit of a dip. Yep. We're just going to place that right in there.
That kind of, all right.
Yep.
Right
Perfect.
there. Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
Now that-
So then we're going to take our sauce that we have nice and mixed up over here.
And Chef Steph, what is the sauce?
This is a cranberry sauce.
Okay.
It's pretty easy. We just reduce it down and put a port wine with it.
Okay.
So you give
Now
it
you
a
got my
nice.
attention.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Wine is always good in the winter, especially
Okay.
a red. So we just take the cranberry sauce and drizzle it over. You can even take it up here and drizzle it up over the top. Oop, before it breaks. Which is always okay, because then you can just form it back together.
What is the pastry,
The
Chef?
pastry is just a wheat crust with egg whites. So you just fold it together. It's kind of a really crispy cookie is what you're going to end up being. You want to flatten it out really nice so it's a nice crispy cookie. And then we just take some whipped cream. We have homemade whipped cream.
Oh,
It's just a
looks like the
vanilla.
fun part.
We drizzle it over
We're
top
going to have some fun with that.
with a little bit of nutmeg. And there
Okay,
you
now
go.
we get to taste. How fun. Now this is relatively low fat.
This is low fat. This is relatively low fat for a dessert because it is a baked apple. You can keep it low fat, not adding any extra sugar to the baked apple.
Okay, very good. Are you ready?
All right.
Okay.
You first.
I think we can both do it at the same time. I can't get it. That is delicious.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for showing us how to make that. But we want to hear a little bit more about you too, because you are Doris's daughter and you're a chef.
Yes.
You live here in Dubuque.
Yes.
And so we'd love to have you tell us about what you do here, cooking something up. And I'm going to let you take it away.
Well, I do. I was born and raised in Dubuque. Doris is my mother, the owner. And she had started the store right after I came back from culinary school in Chicago. I had been there for a couple years, going to school and working in the industry. So it was a nice change coming back to a small town, kind of getting a feel for Dubuque again. And then I decided to come work here full time. So I teach all of the classes, or most all of the classes. We do have guest chefs that come in from different restaurants around the area. And we also do catering. So we cater small events to large events, weddings to home parties or business parties.
Very good. The name of the show, of course, is
I love Dubuque.
very good, right on cue. And we always ask everybody what they love about Dubuque. Now you came back,
Yes.
and you are now living here and
Yes.
working here. Can you share with us what you love about Dubuque?
Well, the nice thing is about Dubuque is when I was actually in Chicago, it's so big and you kind of get lost sometimes in Chicago. I mean, we did have a lot of, I had a lot of friends, a lot of things to do, but coming back to Dubuque, it's always nice to have family and friends that you've known for a long time and just kind of knowing where you're at and kind of having a good, set ground of where things are and stuff. It's always nice to be back into your hometown where you've grown up.
Well, very good. Well, very good. Thank you so much for teaching us a little bit on how to make this beautiful dessert for Feed Your Winter Soul, the theme of our show, and help us as we go on to our next segment, Chef Steph, in saying, I love Dubuque. Come on, Kev, you can do it. No pain, no gain, baby. Go, go. Oh,
done.
Hello. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us on I Love Dubuque. Feed Your Winter Soul. Kevin and I are here at Hy-Vee, your full-service grocery store right here in Dubuque, and we are featuring everything that there is right here in Dubuque. Their health market right here at Hy-Vee. Fitness and nutrition, as you can see as Kevin cycles away. We are going to speak with Megan Dawson about the health food market right here at Hy-Vee and one of the wonderful reasons you can feed your winter soul right here in Dubuque at Hy-Vee. So keep on pedaling until Megan joins us. Go, Kev, go, go.
Here's Megan.
Go. Oh, saved by the bell.
Megan.
Thanks for coming. Megan Dawson, the registered dietitian with Hy-Vee, has joined us. And we were hoping,
You're looking fabulous.
I'm working on it.
we were hoping that you could tell us about Hy-Vee, especially this wonderful health food market here, because I know it is unique to the grocery store industry.
It is. That's true. The health market is a fabulous area, and we have seen sales grow quite a bit since we put it in. It's a great area that offers organic and natural foods, also for food allergies. So it's something very unique to the grocery industry. And we also have registered dietitians on staff, which is something very different nationwide. We have 125 dietitians within our Hy-Vee company, and it's a great service that we offer.
That is great and unique, you said, to the industry, and a great asset for Dubuque as well, because people now more than ever are concerned about fitness, concerned about their health, they're trying to eat right. New Year's resolutions, all those things going on, 'tis the season. Tell us about some of the really neat features that the health market has and what Hy-Vee has to offer.
Okay, well, number one would probably be the organic food. We offer a lot of different selection of organic food. You can get anything from flour to cereal to nuts that are organic, and so that's kind of something you're starting to see as a trend, and it's really growing. People are starting to learn more about it, and it's definitely something that people want, so we've offered it to Dubuque.
We're in the produce section, one of my favorite sections in Hy-Vee. So many fresh vegetables. One of the great things about living in Dubuque is the wonderful soil we have here. Summertime, of course, you can have fresh veggies in your garden, but you can have fresh veggies all year long due to the wonderful produce section right here at Hy-Vee. And to the new Nouveau. Tell us about that briefly, because I know that these apples have those labels on them.
That's right. They do have the ranking system on them, and again, the ranking goes from 1 to 100, and this apple here receives a 96. So, and also our Red Delicious receives a 96.
So they would get an A.
Right.
A for apple.
A for apple.
Very good. So
Yeah.
96 out of 100, that would be a very good score.
Very good score.
You know what I love about that? Having a family and taking care of your family's food needs, it really helps educate families when they're coming to the grocery store, because you can be so easily swayed by labeling and by marketing. And this is really, a foolproof way for people to be educated on how to feed their families.
Right, and parents don't want to come in and linger and have to read labels. So we try to take all the work out of reading the label. So
very good. Well,
not that we want them out faster, but
well, I think I'm going to do a little market research right now and test this apple and
enjoy.
See. Yeah.
An A. A plus. There you go.
Right now we're we're standing in the middle of, really, this is your section of the store, isn't it? Your little corner of the world.
I do bring people over here a lot.
The health food section, I guess it's called. So,
I actually service the whole store, but this is sometimes where we end up.
your baby. So tell us about everything that's in this section. I mean, what will people find here?
Okay, they're going to find a lot of different options. So if you want to make a very healthy chocolate chip cookie, you can find a lot of good things here in the health market that you can substitute some of your ingredients, such as whole wheat pastry flour from Bob's Red Mill. Instead of having the white that we talked about with the bread, same thing, theory, you're going to switch over to more of a whole grain. But the beautiful thing about the pastry flour is that it's light and fluffy. So instead of being whole wheat cookies that are hard, that you don't want to eat, these stay light, fluffy, and they won't even know it's whole wheat.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was such a thing as a healthy chocolate chip cookie.
That's why you need to visit me.
Well, now, Dubuquers, as you know, are busy people. They're on the go. They get up early in the morning and they get out the door. And they usually don't have time to sit down and cook breakfast or probably eat as healthy as they should at breakfast time. But you have a solution for that.
I do.
So
Our bakery actually does this favor for me because actually I've convinced them that we will have a market for them, and we sell out of these Megan's energy bars all the time. And it is a good solution because what it is it's all natural ingredients, and I put my name on it, so I will stand by this product. It has peanut butter in it, whole rolled oats. It has flaxseed, it has whey protein in it, it has trail mix, so nuts and fruit in there. And I always tell people to pair it with a little bit of fruit, or an apple would be wonderful because you've got the good protein and good fat from the peanut butter. And then you're pairing it with a really good carbs. So you've got the complete package.
Okay, you sold me.
Okay.
Let's try a little bit
Try
of this.
one.
Now, you... how long have these been on the shelf, I guess? And where would someone
this particular
find these
package?
in the store?
Yeah, only a couple days because we do sell out of these. They will find them in the health market section, and they'll find them, they've been on the market, I would say, probably for about 2 years now that we've been promoting them. And as I take them out to health fairs and some of my seminars, I have people sample them just like this, and they do like them. What's great about these is they're ready for you. You throw them in the freezer. You take one out the night before. Take it with an apple. It's 300 calories a bar. Provides you a ton of protein and fiber. It's going to stick to your ribs. So that 10 o'clock crash that most of us have in the morning, we won't be looking at the vending machine looking for something else to eat. So this is a solution that will help you actually lose weight.
A meal replacement.
A meal replacement. Yeah.
And you, for your part, would say...
I love Dubuque.
All right, welcome back to I Love Dubuque. Molly and I have moved on now to probably one of the nicest restaurants in Dubuque, actually one of the nicest restaurants in Dubuque. And I'm here with the owners of Star Restaurant, Matt and Sarah Kleesner. Guys, thanks for having us down this afternoon.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
You bet. We are just sitting here in the dining room enjoying a Startini and about to toast Matt and Sarah's restaurant and their success. So,
Yep, cheers.
congratulations.
2009, yep, cheers.
Oh yeah, gotta get a sip of this.
Is it up to par?
Oh,
Fantastic. It's adult Kool-Aid.
It just doesn't get any better.
Yeah.
Please tell the folks watching about your restaurant, what kind of things you have here, what kind of things they can see here if they've never been here.
Sure. Matt and I travel all over. We call ourselves foodies because we go everywhere and always do a little research, from a cocktail or a garnish to a material on a booth somewhere in Chicago or New York or Vegas. So we had a lot of different ideas. So when we saw this, especially when we did the original walkthrough, it was vacant for how many years? I mean, they had no windows. Birds were flying around everywhere inside. And
Pigeons, all the windows were knocked out.
yeah, we kind of thought we were a little crazy that we were thinking about doing a restaurant, but we really wanted that urban feel in Dubuque. We're both in our 30s, and a lot of our friends, we want to go somewhere and that feels like it's in the city. And just with all the people moving back to Dubuque that are from Minneapolis and Chicago that are coming back here and working here, we just wanted to fill that, as well as our corporate business, people that travel all over. Yeah, we wanted to have a spot that they felt comfortable in and proud of in Dubuque. You know, the river views are just an extra bonus. But really that was validated for us, I think, on homecoming weekend with Clark and Loris. We had a lot of people down here that weekend. It was one of our busiest weekends in October, and they would walk in and they'd say, oh my goodness, I can't believe we're in Dubuque. And I hear that all the time from people because it is something different. And that's really important to us. We wanted to do something that you didn't see everywhere.
But now you kept the character of the building too. You
Right.
kept parts of the old brewery
Yeah.
and the balcony, the deck that people can
Sure.
look. You can look out this window and see a fantastic view of
Yeah.
downtown. And I love the lighted bar. I mean, there's so many unique
Yeah.
things that you've done with the building that people just have to come down and see.
Right, and I like a mix. You can walk into a place that's really slick, but what we did is just acid wash the brick and did a lot of new materials with it. So it's that
It was such a
combination.
great old building that you really, there were some nice things that we wanted to do to it to bring it up to the, and make it real modern looking, but you still wanted to leave it partially as the old brewery as well.
You really preserved the integrity of the building, but
Right.
yet gave it that modern edge, that city feel, that urban feel that you were going for, and everybody is immediately struck. I mean, when you walk off those elevators and see that waterfall with the star logo,
And Matt designed that waterfall, and that was amazing because that was probably the ugliest part of this. Is that it was just kind of a concrete brick, I think, that was there.
Mhm.
So it was just like, what are you going to put there? So he met this artist from California, and him and her went back and forth, and we had our friends design our star logo, which is kind of Asian looking, and with this artist, Matt designed
It
the
was scary
waterfall.
because she was out in California. I didn't see it. It was like one of the last things to show up before we opened.
Yeah.
So it was scary. It
Yeah,
showed up
we
a
didn't
week
know.
before. We had no idea what it looked like.
We had to
She sent me some
install it.
pictures and like a couple weeks before, but you never know until you actually get it in space. It turned out great. So
Yeah.
very good.
Tell us about the Startini. You were sharing with us how special this drink is.
Well, in the business, anyone that runs a bar or works in a bar, they know that purveyors will drop off a bottle of something and say, oh, just try it and let us know what you think. And there's so many new products that come out all the time. And what happens so often is that you take that and it just doesn't sell and it sits there and then you end up throwing it away. Well, this was X-rated vodka. X-rated vodka it was called, and it was a tropical fruit vodka, and it has this beautiful red color, and that's what I envisioned with the Startini. I wanted something kind of tropical, and so we tried it in it, and absolutely makes the Startini. Like, you cannot make it without it. And so we opened last October, and we were so busy. We're very high volume, we're 12,000 square feet, so we see a lot of people, and these automatically took off with the organic pomegranate sugar and then the bright red color. A lot of people really enjoy it. So we ended up buying so much of this particular vodka that our supplier ran out. They had to contact the state of Iowa to find out where we could locate more of this product, and we ended up buying out the whole state of this at one time because we used so much of this particular vodka that would probably just sit on a shelf somewhere. So that definitely makes the Startini, and they actually contacted us and said, what's your recipe? What are you using our product in? And so we kind of gave them our recipe, so who knows what will happen with that, but they were really happy that we found a great use for it.
Well, I'm doing my part to keep it in the
Well, I
background.
appreciate it.
Making sure
Thank
that
you.
you're
Thank you.
on the X-rated vodka. You're mentioning some of your other specialty martinis. I know the bar is one of the really neat features. You have the lighted LED bar. It's beautiful looking outside. You have the wonderful deck, but the drinks and the cocktails are so interesting. Tell us about
Yep.
some of those.
I mean, they're all great, but I love to play on words and make funny names. Like we have the ex-boyfriend, which is a sweeter drink too, but it has a little sour, so thus the name ex-boyfriend. We have great martinis. We've created a list that have the Snow Angel, the Candy Bar Martini, and it comes with all the garnishes. And just like the pomegranate sugar, it's organic sugar. We have vanilla, so it has none of that artificial flavors or taste to it, so it's really pure. And people really, sometimes don't have room to have dessert after dinner, but they can always have a drink their dessert after dinner, we call it. So we have some really great ones on the menu right now. So, but and that's the thing that we always planned on really catering to our corporate guests, but until some international people came here with some of our corporations that are located in Dubuque, we really kind of took for granted that we drive over the Mississippi River 15 times a day, and how beautiful, and how people from all over the country and all over the world. I mean, it's
one of the
amazing.
first. It's one of the first things they come to Dubuque to see is the
Right.
river, and we take it for granted because we see it every day.
But they just really are just amazed, and just this view out here is just perfect. It's beautiful in the summer, especially sitting on the patio. It's blue sky, blue water, bridge, green, and it was just like there's nothing that hinders the view. It's just so gorgeous, and that's with the Iowa beef and pork too. Is that's what if you look up Iowa, everybody will talk about our beef and our pork and where we're located, and those are the highlights of it. So that's why we really wanted to showcase the best that Iowa had to offer. And on a Sunday night in Dubuque, Iowa, you can't get a piece of prime rib. There's nowhere that you could bring a client from out of town, and some Mondays also, Iowa steak or pork. So that was really important to us to bring that to our restaurant to showcase the best that our area has to offer as far as cuisine goes.
Well, Sarah and Matt, obviously the food is the highlight here at Star Restaurant, and it is all delicious.
Right.
White chicken nachos and sweet potato fries and the salads, everything is absolutely fantastic. You're great chamber members, and you are doing some really neat things for the corporate and the business community. Can you tell us about those?
Sure, Matt, do you want to?
Go ahead.
Okay. Basically, we really try to cater to our corporate guests. We're doing a few things as far as tourism and having people come in and spending a little more time here in the port. They have a demonstration, like a cooking demonstration with their lunch here. They can go downstairs and have a wine tasting at Stonecliff Winery. But we really are trying to reach out as far as fundraising. We think it's really important, and we're working on a fundraiser right now that will bring a lot of the leaders in the community to be waiters for the evening, and the tips that they receive that night will go to the charity of our choice.
Oh, that's Kevin's name.
Exactly.
All
I thought
over
the
it.
biggest section of the night will go to Kevin.
Absolutely. I think
You recently got some very good news about your French onion soup.
Yeah, we have a French onion soup at Baxter Steak and Chop House, our other restaurant, and at Star here. And Bon Appetit, the magazine, contacted us, and they wanted our recipe for our French onion soup. They've had several requests for it by their readers, and we sent it off to them. And I think maybe the chamber will be posting the recipe also for.
absolutely. I think that we can do
Yeah.
that. Inquiring Minds will want to hear that. So not only are you receiving local raves, now you're going to be on the national scene
that's
as
great,
well.
yeah.
So
We're happy.
very
It's
exciting.
great.
It's a great magazine.
Congratulations
I'm a
on that.
fan of it, so we were really excited. Yeah.
That's great news. Absolutely.
Was it a difficult decision to make an investment like this over in Dubuque?
Absolutely.
Was it?
Absolutely, it's scary because you never. I remember sitting up before we opened up. We were sitting up in bed, and just with all the construction and on the day-to-day aspect of it was so hard at first. And then, is anyone going to show up? I mean, that's the thought. The thoughts that ran through our heads. Anyone even going to show up to our place?
Right.
And it's great. I mean, now we're seeing. It's great. It's great to be here in Dubuque because we see people. Our junior high teachers who I haven't seen in 25 years. You see a lot of old teachers, classmates,
Parents, and brothers and sisters.
Absolutely.
Where at Galena, we were so used to that tourist mode. And we had our handful of Dubuque people that would come over to Galena for dinner. But here, it's pretty much, I would say, 95% in local business. And it's nice on that aspect to see repeat customers and really get to know your customers. And that's what, it's a long time coming. It was, always had your problems in the beginning, but we really feel that our staff right now is friendly and efficient. We really try to make people happy when they leave, have a satisfied meal. We try to keep our price point down. I think it's just really important. And I said a long time ago, I think with a bunch of people from Dubuque, the chamber, and I was just saying, sometimes when you get out of the car when you're traveling, the first stop you make in a town is a restaurant.
Sure.
Because you're starving and you're sick of eating Cheetos in the car. You want a good meal before you check into your hotel. So a server is sometimes the first person that they come in contact with when they come to a community. So it's really important to us to make sure that our guests know that they're appreciated. If something is wrong, we try to correct the problem immediately and just be informative and just, from the area, what's going on.
especially being where we're at with the port, because no one really, with the casino, with the hotel.
We're on the first leg of it.
We're on the first leg of it, so I mean,
sure.
everybody wants to know what's going on, what's going on.
Right.
In the weekends, everything. So,
Yeah, and we just have, and that was the thing too, is that
I'm a firm believer is you get what you pay for, and the people that are in charge and your job and other positions that are held in the community, they really know what they're doing, and that gave us great comfort just talking to people before we opened, and then the support we got from people that were leaders in the community, that they are really excited and they stand behind us and support us. I think Kim at our opening said, here's a Kim Tully. This is a basket with everyone's business cards in it, and if you ever need anything, feel free to pull this card out of the basket, any one of us, and we'll be
Very
more than
nice.
happy to help.
We've never. Being in the business as long as we have, that is so.
We just were really touched by that, and any
very
questions, and just from the festival with Keith Ray. I mean, it was just like it's amazing how professional and people know what they're doing, and
People
it's
get
awesome.
along. It's amazing.
And it's infectious. I think now that when we go to Chicago and visit our friends, it's not just Galena we hear about Dubuque. We never heard that 10 years ago. Now it's like, so what's going on here? I heard they're building a big casino, and so that's really exciting to be a part of it right where the action's at.
Absolutely.
So we're really
We
excited.
love having Star in Dubuque, and we love having Matt and Sarah Gleasner here. The name of the show is I Love Dubuque. Can you share with us what you guys love about Dubuque?
Go ahead.
Well, I love Dubuque because it's culturally it's coming into its own, and yet it's a small town where you can leave your keys in the car and run in and grab your photos from being developed and run out. It's still that great balance, I think, that it's really hard to find in a lot of communities, and just the growth. Anytime you're a part of something that is just growing, and even as they say the economy might be sluggish, there's just so much growth going on in Dubuque and development. It's really exciting to be a part of it. So we feel really lucky. That
Absolutely.
we are.
That and the people in Dubuque are fantastic. I mean, I'm originally from Dubuque, so
That's why he says that.
And there's nothing wrong with
No,
that.
absolutely
Right.
not. I mean, just the people in general. I mean, we've gotten such a great response from everybody, and everybody's been so supportive of us, and we couldn't be. We're very lucky to be where we're at, and to have a great clientele.
Well, thank you very much for hosting us here today.
Thanks for coming.
Everything is wonderful.
Thanks.
And I'm going to be stealing more of Kevin's sweet potato fries that are over there, because those are my favorites.
That's great.
You have exhibited remarkable restraint.
Thank you very much, because I line them up all the time. So if you can help us close out this segment with one last toast, one last cheers, and we love Dubuque. Hi there, we're about to end our perfect day of Feed Your Winter Soul right here at Stonecliff Winery. We're with Nan Smith, the owner of Stonecliff Winery, who is enjoying a little warming your winter soul with a glass of Stonecliff wine. Thank you for joining us, Nan.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. Stonecliff Winery is right here on the Riverwalk in Dubuque. We have a beautiful view. We have the bald eagles in the trees. The name of the show is I Love Dubuque. And what perfect way to end the day here at your winery. And tell us what you love about Dubuque.
I think what I love about Dubuque, and I have been away, I've been one of those classic people who left for college and came back probably 10 years ago. But what I like about it is its quaintness. Whenever you're away, when I was in Colorado, you could always tell the Midwesterners because they're so grounded and they're so down to earth. And that's what I found here. And the buildings here are quaint, and there's a big push to keep the historic section of Dubuque as it was when I was growing up and before that. So there's good history here, and the people are good.
And you and Bob have built a tremendous facility here down in Port Dubuque, and you mentioned that you've lived out of the area for a while. I'm curious, we've been building on this theme of wonderful things to eat all day long. When you go out, and you want to get a glass of wine and a nice meal, what kinds of things do you like to settle in for dinner?
Where do I want to go?
Well, what do you like to have for dinner? What kind of meals do you and Bob usually like to share? I'm sure you sit down and have a nice glass of wine for a meal.
We pick fun, quaint restaurants that are quiet and they have good wine, and just enjoy a steak or a chicken. Something that I don't have to cook. I work all day. I work all day.
That's always the key, isn't it? Making
Right.
sure it's easy. So, tell us about all of the different wines that you have at Stonecliff.
We have your classic wines, your Cabernet, your Chardonnay, White Zinfandel, and Riesling, the wines that you all recognize. But then we also have some fun sweet ones, like we go as sweet as cherry and Concord, which is like Welch's in a bottle, Welch's grape juice. We also right now have a late harvest wine, which is a spiced apple wine, which you can serve warm or you can serve cold, and it's just it'll warm your toes. It's not real high alcohol content, but it's good either way. You know, in the summertime you can have it cold. In the wintertime you can heat it up. We heat it up in the mugs and drink it warm. But our grapes are grown in Iowa, and we do blend them with California or Washington grape because we can't keep up production enough. And you're drinking the Cabernet, you're drinking the Riesling, and those won't grow in Iowa. So we have to bring those grapes in, or the juice in, from elsewhere. And then we blend it with what we grow out in the country, out in Durango, Iowa. We pick twice a year in Durango, and it's a full party.
Well, Dubuque is the perfect place to feed your winter soul. We invite you to come find out very soon. We've had an excellent time today visiting restaurants, talking about all the different ways we learned to cook. We visited so many of the wonderful sites here in Dubuque, and what a great way to end it here at Stonecliff Winery. And we hope that you will join us next month. And we'd like to say in closing, I love Dubuque.